Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there. Hello, kids, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Tales, our finale for 2023.
Yes.
I am Phil. Joining me, as always, ringing in the new year with, we'll call them bells. It is
Strategically placed mistletoe.
Oh,
just in the owl.
I've never seen a belt buckle made out of mistletoe. All right, kids. Yes, that's right. The final episode of the year. We're going to do our New Year's Eve episode, our issues. This time from Fantastic Four 133 and Iron Man 313. Like 20 years apart from each other.
Yeah. A couple of New Year's Eve issues. Yeah.
So unlike last episode, we're going to have a big gap between these. So get a nice little sample of how they did the New Year's Eve stuff.
Two different eras of Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't do the intro. I just I forgot. But I did see this when I was reading it. One of the co-writers of the Fantastic Four issue is a certain someone. Yes.
Yes, who's been on the show? Yeah.
Yes, Lilith and I had talked to. Yes, friend of the show.
This is Jerry Conway, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Yes.
He's one of those guys. It's like he's like another JMD Mateus, where it's just like, oh yeah, he wrote that too. It's always like I always associate him, of course, with like Spider-Man and like he did do some Justice League stuff and so it's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, he only wrote a handful of issues for this one. Okay,
just a few fill-ins. Yeah.
All right, so should we dive in? Because only 2 issues, but this first one has a big synopsis for some reason. I mean,
it does. Okay,
the second one doesn't, but I mean, that has a decent sized one.
Okay.
All right, so yes, we start off with Fantastic Four number 133 from April 1973, before any of our times. Thundra at Dawn.
I love that title.
Yes. Writers Roy Thomas, and as I said, Mr. Jerry Conway. Penciler Ramona Fradon, who I'm not familiar with, but I'm always surprised, especially in this era, when I see like a female creator. I'm like, man,
me too. Yeah,
like they didn't have a lot of female creators at this point. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Inker Joe Sinot, colorist Stan Goldberg, letterer John Costanza. Costanza, I swear, no matter what decade we do, anything from like the 90s previous, I'm like, Costanza, there's a chance Costanza.
Yeah. He's done at least one issue of it.
I mean, I guess it's like professional golf. If if you keep your dexterity and stuff, you can do it your whole life. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
All right, kids. Profession. And our favorite, when a writer edits himself, editor Roy Thomas.
Yes, doing double duty.
All right. The Fantastic Four are trying their best to enjoy the countdown in Times Square on New Year's Eve. Reed is too focused on his wife leaving him. Johnny is lamenting over losing Crystal to the Avenger known as Quicksilver. And Ben is once more doubting himself, despite Alicia's insistence that he's the ideal man for her. As the clock approaches midnight, Reed and Johnny begin to cheer up at the prospects and the future might bring. Suddenly, the festivities are interrupted by Thundra, who's holding back the clock. On the digital billboard below her is a challenge issued to the Thing, demanding that she battle him at the it says at a stadium, but it wasn't at Shea in Queens in 3 days. When Ben tries to go face her there, Medusa and Reed hold him back. Johnny decides to do something and flames on and flies up to face their foe. When Thundra tries to keep him back with the arm of the clock, the heat generated from his body causes it to melt. Before she can succumb to this extreme heat herself, she pulls off the second arm from the clock and spins it around fast enough to begin snuffing out Johnny's flame. She then puts the torch out completely by hurling a pile of snow at him, snuffing out his flame. Medusa and Reed manage to catch the youth as Ben climbs up to meet his antagonist. When she repeats her challenge, Ben asks what she will do if he refuses. In answer, Thundra flies off on an anti-gravity platform, snatching Alicia as a prisoner while she goes. Thundra's last words are to threaten to kill Alicia if he does not show up to battle her in 3 days. Using Reed's elastic body, the Fantastic Four slingshot themselves back to their headquarters to plan for the big fight. I love it. Yeah, let's use a giant rubber band.
Yeah, they didn't bring the Fantastic car, I guess, that day.
Because I'm sure if no one else, I'm sure Ben will land as light as a feather.
Oh yeah, that's gonna do no damage whatsoever.
I mean, God forbid they miscalculate. all of a sudden, the thing just like crashes through your apartment wall.
Oh yeah. It's clobbering time.
That's your countdown. 3, 2. What will the new year bring for us? What will this new year bring us?
Oh yeah.
Ben Grimm comes crashing through your wall. Again, it was just the funniest there. Like, oh, we're just gonna slingshot back. It's like, really?
Yeah, I know.
Times up the essay. I'm like, the contest is in 3 days. I think you can walk back to the back, or Johnny can fly back. Yeah,
right. Well, Johnny can fly back, get the Fantastic car, and then pick them all up in like 2 minutes. Yeah,
you might even be able to fly Reed and Medusa. It's just like probably not Ben, but
yeah. Well, again, why did they bring that Fantastic car? That's so odd.
Yeah,
they're always scooting around town in that thing.
I guess they didn't think about it. They're all depressed because remember, Sue is left Reed.
That's true. And I actually had forgotten about this when Sue took off with Franklin. She was pissed at Reed, and then Medusa took over. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, it's interesting because we do get some things with the Frightful Four in here because again, Medusa was part of the Frightful Four.
Right.
Point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Along the way, they pass by the Gem Theater, where their passage is witnessed by Power Man and his friend D.W. Griffith. With news of the fight hitting the media, bets are placed on the outcome of the upcoming battle, while others in the superhero community, such as the Avengers, Spider-Man, and the Hulk, weigh in on who they think might win the fight. I love it. The Hulk's like sitting in a cave, just like
reading the newspaper in a cave in Arizona.
Dim light not good for Hulk's eyes.
Yeah. He's like, fight dumb.
Yeah, fight dumb. Everyone know Hulk only one beat Thing. Meanwhile, an abandoned water tower in Queens has been converted into a makeshift hideout for the Frightful Four, who have Alicia as their prisoner as Thundra prepares for her fight with the Thing. When the Sandman suggests they kill Alicia after Thundra has defeated the Thing, this angers the Amazon woman and she comes to blows with the Sandman until the wizard intervenes and stresses calm. As Thundra continues training at the Baxter building, the Thing also does the same. As the big fight draws closer, the Thing and the Human Torch arrive at the stadium where the fight is to be held and begin clearing the snow. On fight day, Ben walks in to face his foe and is awed by the sheer number of people who have gathered in the crowds to watch the battle. When Thundra arrives, both combatants are approached by a referee appointed by the mayor. However, Thundra has little time for such formalities and tosses the ref away and instantly begins her fight with the Thing. Because of his reluctance to fight a woman, Ben is quickly overpowered and thrown clear of the arena. From within the crowd, Reed and Medusa speed off to help Ben in his moment of need. While elsewhere, the Frightful Four watch on with everything going according to plan. The wizard orders the Trapster to bring Alicia back to their hideout while he begins the next phase of his plan. Meanwhile, outside of the arena, Ben lands just outside of the site of the Old World's Fairground. There, he and Thundra continue their battle on the ornamental globe in the middle of the fairgrounds. The Thing is soon losing steam and is at risk of being beaten by Thundra's hands. However, by this point, Reed and Medusa have set up a ray device and blast Ben with it. Suddenly, the Thing reverts to his human form. Now faced with a vastly weaker foe, Thundra no longer believes it to be a fair fight and cheated from her victory. Thundra then gets on her hover platform and flees the scene. As Ben gets back up onto his feet, he begins to revert back to his monstrous form. Ben is saved from collapsing and is quickly reunited with Alicia, who arrives on the scene with Johnny. She tells Ben that Thundra had forced the Frightful Four to let her go when she forfeited the match. As the Fantastic Four happily walk back home, they are viewed from afar by the Frightful Four from their hideout. As the Trapster tells the Wizard how Thundra forced him to turn the Master's Woman over, the Wizard vows that he will eventually get revenge against the Fantastic Four.
Will he though?
Yeah, well, yeah. Again, I still want to cover that era where, with Aaron the Watcher's clones and stuff. I still want to there someday.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, so much of this is sliding time because Reed refers to the New Year's 1973.
Yeah, in the issue, yeah.
Yes.
Oof.
And the fight was at Shea Stadium, which was torn down in 2009. So,
oops. Oh, it's a time capsule. This issue, yeah.
Yes. So yes, Sue left Reed in Fantastic Four 130, and Johnny Crystal left Johnny at the end of last issue.
So how long was Medusa a member of the team?
I'm trying to remember because I'm not the most well versed in this era, but I think wasn't she even around for a while when Sue was actually around? So I
thought so too. Yeah, that she after
she must have proved popular because I thought she was around for a good bit.
Yeah,
it seemed like for a good bit in this era, it was either Medusa or Crystal was hanging around.
Right. Yeah. And I was fine with that because I liked both of them.
Oh,
especially as members of the team. I thought they were great. And you remember that time in the 80s when it was just, for a while, it was just the Thing and the She-Thing, Ms. Marvel, and the Human Torch.
Oh, yeah.
In the Fantastic Four, and it was great.
Oh, man. Here's a note. I don't think I read this. Oh, I need to read this. We might have to cover this. Ben was only briefly reverted back to human form here. The last time Reed attempted to cure him was in Fantastic Four 107, when an experiment succeeded in not only restoring Ben to normal, but made him able to transform into his Thing form at will. Sounds good, right? This process had to be reversed in Fantastic Four 113 because it affected his personality, slowly making him evil.
Ooh, yeah. We will have to cover that.
Yeah, I don't think I read that, but yeah, so
I haven't read
sure that worked where he could transform back and forth, ideal, but yeah, he started turning evil.
Wow, Fantastic Four number 113. Ooh, that has the first appearance of Overmind, who we're going to be talking about next month in Defenduary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely cover that story.
So, yeah, I guess the cure must have, it took place in 107, and then they had to reverse it in 113. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, let's definitely cover that at some point.
We got a lot of Fantastic Four. We might just have to do a month of Fantastic Four here.
We will, yeah. I would love that.
Oh, yeah, I love Fantastic Four. So, all right, hold on. Gonna open up this issue. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. That New Year's Eve at the beginning, and it just, when Reed goes 1973, it's like, ooh.
It's so funny. Yeah, so funny. And this art was good. Ramona Fredone. I mean, I looked her up, and I don't think that she has a lot of credits as far as comics go after this. But I really liked her artwork. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with her either. But I mean, the art seemed, classic Fantastic Four to me. I mean, it's
yeah,
place or nothing.
Yeah, this looked like a seamless transition from the artwork that I remember at this time period for the Fantastic Four. Yeah, this was great. I thought the artwork was phenomenal in this issue.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, like I said, it seemed like FF classic FF art from this era to me.
Yeah, absolutely. 1973 Fantastic Four in full effect. And yeah, I loved it. I loved Medusa in the team. That was a nice little. Yeah, I had never read this before. This was a nice little diversion. And I love the Frightful Four as well as a team. I think that they're great. The Wizard, the Sandman, the Trapster, and Thundra. Great little combination. You get Thundra just punching the Sandman right in the face.
Yeah.
Simpering male, how dare you even insinuate I'd allow such a thing? She just hauls off and decks him in the face.
I was gonna say, what's your favorite lineup of the Frightful Four? Because I don't know if it's just because when I first started reading, but I love it when it's like the Wizard, the Trapster, and then you got throw Claw and Titania on there. Oh
Yes,
yeah,
that was actually my favorite. Yeah, that was what, like late 80s, early 90s.
yeah.
That lineup. Yeah, I really liked that. That was probably my favorite. Yeah.
I just love the page where everyone's talking about the fight that Avengers Mansion. Thor's sitting there with Cap and Iron Man. Thor's reading the newspaper.
Yeah. How are these heroes? I mean, especially the Hulk, as we mentioned before. How's he get a newspaper? Like, what the heck?
I know, and sitting in the cave and like the Hulk sitting in the cave in the middle of the desert, the Southwest in the desert. I love that.
Yeah.
Fight dumb, everyone dumb.
And Spider-Man, the Thing versus that Thundra chick, huh? Well, as much as I like old Benji, I hate to admit it, but my money's on the lady.
I know. It's like, he did it against Ben.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they said Ben and Spidey met in Marvel Team Up 7. So I'm like, so yes, this is probably early on in Marvel. Yeah, because Marvel Team Up, I think it might have started in like 72 or 73. So yeah,
Yeah. The only thing that surprised me about this was when Thundra took Alicia as a hostage, because as far as I remember, like in Thundra's society, like females are like,
oh yeah, they see females as superior to males.
Superior, yeah. So for her to do that to another female and just kind of take her as a hostage like that, I thought was kind of weird. But it made sense as kind of being the bait for the Thing. I mean, who else is he going to?
I was gonna say unless she grabbed like Reed or Johnny or something.
Yeah, maybe knocked one of them unconscious and said, unless you.
Yeah, like when she snuffed out Johnny's flame, if she had like knocked out or something, and thinking Johnny.
Yeah, that was the only part that I thought was kind of weird, that she grabbed Alicia, knowing what I know about Thundra's background.
Yeah. But it's funny, they just like Reed cures Ben for like a couple of seconds, and it's enough to kill the fight.
Yeah, just to make her disinterested. Yeah, and if I were Ben, I would be pissed about that. I'd be like, "Oh, it's great, so you can cure me of my Thing problem when I'm getting the crap kicked out of me by Thundra, but you can't cure me at any other time." Like, when I want to make out with Alicia or anything like that, like, you can't possibly get this gun out for those moments.
Well, again, it only lasts like a minute, but
well, still,
I know.
If I were Ben, I'd be wanting that gun around. I'd be like, hey.
Well, I mean, I know. Yeah. Years later, Byrne would like kind of write it where it's like, Ben's, it's like a cement, it's all in Ben's head.
Yeah, it's all in his head. And then he's gonna wear that Thing suit for a little while, which was funny.
Ooh, like he will when Atlantis attacks.
Yes, Atlantis attacks. Yeah, which we'll be covering on Marvel Tales. Yeah,
that's summer 2024, kids.
That's right.
Oh yeah, this is early 70s. That's the era where Johnny wore that red costume.
The red costume with the yellow. Yeah. So funny.
Kind of looks like another Human Torch, huh?
Yeah, how strange. Must have borrowed that from his closet.
I love how there's been 2 Human Torches in history, and they're both blonde guys.
I know. Yeah.
Well, I know one's an android, but still, I mean, they're both.
Yeah.
Squint really hard, they look identical.
Yeah.
Especially when Johnny's wearing that suit.
And depending on who draws them, like sometimes Johnny has a phase, sometimes he doesn't.
Oh, when he's flamed on, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, this was the first time I read this too. I enjoyed this because I was like, man,
Yeah.
I need to read more Fantastic Four from this era.
Yeah, this was fun. I really enjoyed this a lot. The fight between Thundra and Thing in the baseball stadium was great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was super.
I love how everyone just gathers like it's a football game or something.
I know, yeah. They're not at all worried that they might be injured by, one of these two superpowered combatants getting hurled into the audience.
Yeah, neither one of these two are strong enough to like hurl the scoreboard at us or anything. Yeah, no.
No.
Especially Thunder. You see a couple angry guys yelling in the crowd. I mean,
no, I can't possibly see her whipping that chain around and decapitating anybody that's talking smack to her in the audience. No way.
And then once Thunder throws Ben out of stadium, that one guy like $10 a seat. They're like, what a run. And it's like, even if it only lasted a couple minutes, you know how many people would kill for $10 seats at the New York Stadium at this point?
Yeah. 1973.
Just looking at the Medusa at the stadium here. I'm glad her and the Trapster have like similar fashion sense.
Oh yeah,
like purple suit, bodysuit.
Yeah, lots of purple in the villains here. We got the Wizard, we got the Trapster. What is it? Next issue, we get the Dragon Man. He's all purple.
Oh yeah,
yeah, a lot of purple in the villains in this era.
Purple and green villain covers.
Yeah, gotta love it.
All right. So anything else, or should we get to our next issue?
No, I enjoyed this. I think that we should, like you said, we should definitely cover some more of this era of Fantastic Four at some point in the future. It's an era that I don't really know a lot about. Like I said, I had completely forgotten that Medusa was an actual member of the team for a little while, so that was nice.
All right, so yeah, it's just time, kids. Time is the enemy. We have so much stuff we want to cover.
I know.
Because I was even like the other day, I was like, you know who we haven't never put on the schedule? I'm like, Frank Castle. We don't have the Punisher on here.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I don't care.
Yeah, whatever.
But I every so often I'll think of a Marvel character. I'm like, man, we haven't covered that one yet. There's another one too. I forget who else I was thinking about. I'm like, we haven't covered that. But yeah, that Fantastic Four, that's definitely like high on my list. Yeah, we would go to cover some of the Fantastic Four.
Because that's like classic any era of Fantastic Four is really like classic Marvel comic books to me. It's like the flagship of Marvel. Yeah.
Especially pre-Heroes Reborn. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So for our other issue this time, we're going to cover Iron Man 313, and we're going to jump all the way to February 1995. Resolutions. Writer Mr. Len Kaminsky, penciler Dave Klyistek, inker Andy Lanning, colorist Ariane Lensowik, letterers Phil Felix and Ken Lopez, and editor Nelson Yomtov. That's another one I'd like to talk to, Len Kaminsky, but I don't know what his status is now. I know he was having some health problems before, and I think he was like in an assisted living place where he was trying to get out of there or something.
I remember you telling me about that. Yeah. Oh.
So I have to do some research. I don't know what the situation is now. All right. Tony Stark spends New Year's Eve at an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting and reflects on his previous and current struggles with alcohol. It is revealed that Stark was given his first drink as a preteen child by his father. Tony Stark ends the evening at his beach house watching a video of his deceased friend Wonder Man when a seductively clad Bethany Cabe interrupts him with a bottle of non-alcoholic wine. The story ends with these two platonic friends in quiet conversation.
Platonic, huh? Yeah.
And you know what? Don't come to my house dressed like that. Tell me you're gonna
Exactly. There's no friend zone involved when you're dressed like that coming to my house. Yeah.
Imagine you're home alone on New Year's Eve, Justin, and some hot biscuit comes over shirtless and then just says he wants to be friends. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't play those games in this house. No.
We don't play that. All right. So this was another one. This was another first for you. So
Yeah, I somehow missed this, even though I was collecting this regularly at the time. I missed a couple around this time period, and I remembered actually the whole story leading up to this, where there was the vortex creature,
Yeah.
which kind of took over Tony Stark's body. It was like a nanotech
Yeah,
thing.
or was it even like an AI or something where it's like it put itself in Tony's body and basically dumped him in like cyberspace.
Yeah,
His mind.
he took the consciousness out of Tony and put it into a computer.
Because
And
that's why he's having trouble with his alcoholism again, kids. Because
right.
the vortex basically was like, oh well, I'm at the first time in a human body, I wanted to experience all these sensations. So it's like, oh, it could sense this body like craved alcohol. So it's like, well, why don't I just guzzle a bottle of it, and oh, hey, this body likes women. Let's oh, here's a woman. Let's try to get in her pants.
Yeah, and he gets slapped right in the face. Yeah, and everybody could smell the alcohol on him after he had taken a whole bunch of it, and they knew. They were all looking at him like, uh-oh, Tony's off the wagon. And I remember reading that at the time, thinking, oh man, like this is huge. This is going to cause some type of rippling after effects, because everybody knows Tony's past with alcohol, but they don't know the reason why he's off the. It kind of made it really tragic, because
because it was secret identity too. Because back in these days, you couldn't just say, "Oh, hey, I'm Iron Man." This,
it was a supervillain that did it to me, and they would believe it. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, sure, it was a supervillain. Yeah, right, Tony. Yeah, whatever."
And it was more than even just like what people thought. It's like he said, it's like when he gets his body back, he's like, "Okay, I'm back in charge." He's like, "But my body can feel,
it's still going through withdrawals,
physical effect of it too."
Yeah. So that made it super tragic, because he had come all this way, becoming a survivor of this disease, and then to have this weird AI thing all of a sudden undo all of that and just throw it in the garbage and undo all of that hard work that Tony had done. Like, yeah, that was really devastating. When I read that for the first time, I thought, oh man, he's going to have his work cut out for him. But I'm glad that they devoted this entire issue to that, to the aftermath of that whole situation, because it needed to be dealt with. And I thought that they would do it kind of over the course of a few issues, like a little bit at a time, like gradually kind of resolve everything. But it makes a lot of sense to do it, of course, symbolically in a New Year's Eve story where he's going to an AA meeting.
Yeah, one of the biggest drinking nights of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, we get this great opportunity to have a little bit of a flashback to his dad.
Oh yeah, what about that revelation?
Yeah, that was a big deal, because I don't remember if that had ever been addressed, like where Tony's drinking started.
Yeah, I can't remember if they said that in the like the demon in the bottle or anything. That's another one we'll have to cover, but I can't remember. But yeah, and it's not like, oh, here's your first beer. No, he pours him a big glass of single malt bourbon.
Yeah, bourbon. Yeah. Ooh,
and Tony's like, it tasted horrible, but he's like, he
wanted to please his dad.
Yeah, so he swallowed the whole thing down. Yeah,
nasty. Ugh. Yeah, that Howard's a piece of work, man. Yeah,
because he says, I'd have drunk down the whole bottle if it win me more of his approval.
Yeah, and so essentially he emulated his dad. Yeah, throughout his adult life as well.
But yeah, he said first he did it to win his dad's attention. Then he just did it to loosen up at parties, and then for business lunches, and then he's like, then I eventually just drank to drink.
Drank to drink, yeah. And then we get that great full page spread of that, the accident.
Oh yeah, Iron Man 128. Yeah.
Yeah, and 128. Yeah.
Yeah, because again, we don't see him in armor in this issue. It's like this flashback page, this splash page, and then like the title page when he's talking at the meeting, and you just see an image of Iron Man behind him. That's it. We don't even see
That's it.
these 2 pages. We don't see armor in this issue at all.
Yeah. There's no real like action to speak of. Yeah. But it was good. I mean, that needed to happen because there was a lot of stuff that happened during that whole Vortex storyline. And if I remember right, the stuff just before that as well, there's a lot of stuff that really momentous things that happened.
Oh yeah, because remember when he quote unquote came back from the dead and stuff, and he was
he
had to like go through physical therapy to get his whole body work moving again, because he was driving that Iron Man armor for like basically a remote virtual thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he was confined to, well, I don't even know if it was a wheelchair. It was like some kind of hover pod thing that he was using to travel, that he was using to move around with. But then for a while he had kind of the nanobite, some type of nanotech in his system.
Oh yeah, because after he got paralyzed, they put a chip in his
spine.
Yeah. But it was at the Mars Brothers. Yeah, that was the whole thing for Armor Wars too. Yeah,
right.
They could like control his body and stuff.
Yeah. So leading up to this, there had been a lot of stuff that happened in Tony's life, and I'm glad that they devoted this entire issue to addressing some of that. And we get a good couple of pages of dialogue with Happy.
Oh yeah.
Which was nice. Talking about kind of Happy's past with it, where he was abused by his dad. His dad was also a nasty piece of work. So yeah, that was cool. It was nice to have this issue of just kind of, after all of the crazy stuff that had happened just before it.
Yeah,
Tony can kind of recover from that and kind of come to peace with what's happened.
Yeah, and then he has that conversation with Rhodey too. I mean, Rhodey knows the truth about him and him being Iron Man. So he's able to tell him the whole story, and
Yeah.
But then, these two had been at odds for a while. But then,
right.
So now they're in a good place, and he gives them all the specs and stuff for the War Machine armor.
Yeah, I thought that was nice too. Yeah. At first, I thought for a while that they were going to drag out this whole rift between them as well.
Yeah.
And have Rhodey be like, "Oh yeah, sure, you had an AI in your system that was controlling you, making you drink, yeah, whatever." But I'm glad that he believed him. And said, during my first tour of duty as Iron Man, I fought a guy who called himself the Termite.
Yes. Termite, he fought Vibro. Yeah, he's
Vibro.
He's like, yeah, I'll believe anything you tell me at this point.
So he believes it. So I was happy about that. I was glad that there wasn't, more of this rift that got dragged out. I prefer these two to get along.
And I do like, because Tony was like nuts during Armor Wars, like trying to get all his tech back. But when he tells Jim, he's like, don't let these plans for the War Machine armor fall into the wrong hands. And even Rhodey's he's like I'll self-destruct the suit before I let that. He's like, even if I'm in it. And Tony's like, no. He's like, no, don't do it. He's like, no, with your life. Yeah, no.
That's a little bit too much.
Yeah. And I do like Miss Arbogast. She doesn't even know what happened, but she's like, yeah, your whole problem is, she's like, you try to do everything yourself. She's like, you gotta let us, the rest of us, support you and stuff.
You have to learn to lean on someone else once in a while. She says, that was a great scene with her.
Yeah. I not only do I miss him having the secret identity, but I miss him like being like the head of a company. Anymore, like modern times, it's like if he has a company, he'll just start one up. If not, he'll just like quit, and it's like, I can build another one later.
He'll have somebody else run the company. He'll
Yeah,
just appoint people to do it. Yeah, I love this when he had like an actual supporting cast that worked with him on a regular basis. you know, I mean, he'd fly around the world as Iron Man and stuff, but he'd always come back to this
Yeah.
central base of operations that was Stark headquarters. It was a Stark building. It wasn't necessarily his lush, lavish beach compound on the cliff face,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but a lot of it was Stark International. It was his building. It was his business.
Yeah, I think if anything, that's the one of the weak points of Marvel currently is just like I don't think in most of the books we're not getting as much supporting cast as we used to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
It's more focused just on Tony and maybe whatever his immediate goal is at the moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we give him enough personally. Oh yeah, so then after the Happy thing, he tells Happy just take him home, and he asks about Veronica Benning, who was his physical therapist, and it seemed like they were going somewhere. But I think I believe she was the one he Vortex attacked while in his body. So
Yes.
she just kind of oh my god, that's sad. She just like left. I don't think we see her ever again.
Oh, was that the last we see of her? I thought she came back after this.
There's not much because it's like, okay, you get one issue after this with Captain America, and then there's like a 3-issue arc where he goes to Russia and the Black Widow guest stars.
Yes.
Then after that, we jump. Well, no, there's a one and done with one of his old college professors. But after that, then you get to the crapping. Remember from the beginning of the year?
Oh, right. Yeah, it was shortly after this was the crapping.
And then
yeah.
that jerk jumps right into Teen Iron Man. So
Right. I feel like she came back in one of those other issues though.
maybe.
And speaking of other stories we should cover that one with Black Widow and Titanium Man.
Oh
and
yeah.
Dynamo. That 3-issue story is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Or what's it? There's so much we need to cover. That Vortex stuff we could cover.
Yeah.
What's the big crossover after Hands of the Mandarin or whatever?
Hands of the Mandarin. That's a good one with Fin Fan Foom. Yeah. Well, I picked an Iron Man story for the month of your birthday next year.
Yes.
On Marvel Tales, we will be covering the first appearance of the War Machine armor.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's another Len Kaminsky, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh yeah, I love that era. Yeah. So he just tells Happy to take him home, which I guess he had another nice little mansion in the area because, like they say, that beachfront one was destroyed in Iron Man. What was it 306 or something?
Oh right,
yeah. Yep. So
well, it helps when you're a billionaire. You just have a port in every storm. The whole thing. The thing I didn't like was him watching the movie with Simon.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Simon. I'm sorry that I couldn't prevent your death. Like, that just seemed a little bit too heavy. Like,
again, again, it's just, I don't know. New Year's Eve, he's down in the dumps already, so he's thinking about friends he lost,
I guess, yeah.
Basically, like, oh, you just gave your life for the second time.
For the second time, yeah. I don't know. I feel like that was a little bit too much.
This could have been a hot panel for you, but I don't know. The body proportion.
I'm not a fan. Yeah.
I mean, it looks like he's drawing like a 90s woman. Like you got the small waist and,
yeah,
your upper body. It's just like.
Yeah, I don't really like it. It looks too weird. It looks like an insect carapace more than a body.
I mean, that could have been a good one for you. I mean, I got just wearing that little loincloth and stuff.
I know, yeah, that should have been nice.
But yeah, that waist is a little too small, man.
Yeah, and the muscles, they do look. It looks like an insect carapace.
You drew this, Liefeld?
Shame.
It could be. I can't see his feet.
That's true. Yeah. No pouches though.
No.
No pouches.
Not much room for anything. Again, he's just wearing a loin. Is that like a skull hanging off that loin?
Yeah, it's a skull.
It must be Conan, maybe.
Yeah, some type of Conan ripoff.
Oh yeah, because look, he must be wearing a wig. It almost looks like a mullet.
Yeah. Well, this could have been 80s Wonder Man.
Yeah. Oh well. Thank God. I mean, maybe it's a good thing, Wonder Man kind of died for a while, or else maybe they might have tried to give him a mullet.
Yes. Yeah, in the mid-90s when everybody was
Mhm.
rocking, or the ponytail. He could have had that big long ponytail that a
Oh, if
lot
he
of
had lived for Heroes Reborn, oh my god, they might have given him a mullet or something.
yeah, ponytail with black leather jacket.
Mhm.
I can see it now. Extreme 90s Wonder Man.
And then I love that there's like a knock on the door. I mean, he had like a computer and everything telling him, visitor notification, but we only doesn't have a camera to see who it is.
Yeah. All this tech in his built into his mansion, and he doesn't have a Ring camera.
No, it's the backup house, I guess. I don't know.
Well, yeah. It just has the voice stuff, apparently.
And yes,
And there's nothing platonic about this. I don't care what anybody says.
I was gonna say yes. Yes, Bethany shows up in that "I just want to be friends" dress.
Yeah. Which you have the one of the images from that in the in the background here. Yeah, there's some intent there.
I mean, if you need tape to hold that dress on your chest, yeah, you don't want to. You won't be your friend.
Yeah, that is a look of intent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she
And he's got a look of intent too. I mean, they're both, it's reciprocal. Like there's nothing platonic here. Yeah.
brings him some cola.
Sparkling cider.
Yeah, just platonic. She's wearing that dress and he's in his bathrobe. Yeah, nothing's gonna happen here. Kid.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Don't mind me. I just got out of the shower.
Oh my. She's probably like, wait, you're in your bathrobe. What kind of movie were you watching down at home theater?
It's nothing. It was one of Simon Williams's softcore pornos. You know,
I was going to say, oh my God, Simon did the porn parody of Conan. Oh my Lord. They didn't call him Wonder Man for nothing. It seems like they're going to go there, but they're like, nah, I've been there, done that. Know how it ends.
Yeah.
It's like, again, like that Seinfeld episode. Why can't we go in there and do that?
Well, I still think that they definitely banged this evening.
Oh, so you're saying something more than that cork popped? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
That was a metaphor if I ever saw one. That was like the Naked Gun scene.
So yes, they basically just toast and the old flames, new adventures, and the best is yet to come.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, until we hit crossing.
Yeah, right. Wait another year. I wouldn't exactly call that the best.
In about, I don't know, 13 months, yeah, you're going to be a teenager. You're going to be dead. There's going to be a teenage version of you.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
you will have just murdered a bunch of people,
teammates. Yeah.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
And that was another thing too in hindsight, which made the crapping so offensive to me, was that all of these titles had great storylines set up for future potential, for other stuff to happen. And they had already been through a lot of stuff in their respective titles, or a lot of adversity, a lot of challenges, a lot of changes, and then all of a sudden just kind of flush it and all. It seems so strange to me.
And it's like, even if the crappening hadn't have happened, we still would have had Heroes Reborn derail everything.
With Onslaught and all that mess. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes me. It's like, that's the what if I wanted. That's the what if we need. Maybe a couple of them. It's like, what would the stories have? Where would these characters have gone if Heroes Reborn hadn't derailed their story?
Yeah. I like that.
Maybe do one for, Iron Man, one for Captain America, one for Thor, one for the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
Because Tom DeFalco over in Fantastic Four, Tom DeFalco had
Yeah.
all kinds of stories and plots going before this Onslaught stuff happened. And to my knowledge, he wrapped up most of them pretty quickly, but I can't remember if all of them were. And yeah, for Thor, there was a lot of stuff going on over in Thor's title at that time. Like he had lost his powers, remember? He was immortal for a while. He was stuck on Earth. Like,
oh, that's the other one I thought, just for the hell of it, we need to cover is like was it Warren Ellis and Mike Diodato when they take over the book. That first arc is like there's so much eye candy for everyone. There's like shirtless Thor running around one of those issues. Enchantress is wearing nothing but a sheath in front of her. I'm like, there's something for everyone in there.
Absolutely, a feast for the eyes in those issues. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I would love to revisit those issues too. That would be fun.
But no, you said those Fantastic Fours right before here's report. It just hit me. No, we got to cover. There's that, Reed Richards has been missing, presumed dead for how, what was it, like 2 years or something?
It was a while. Yeah, it was a couple of years at least. Yeah.
But there's that one issue where he comes back and basically him and Namor just get in a fight.
Yes.
They were trying to
get in a fist fight.
We need to cover that just because Namor.
Yes, Namor actually gets the crap kicked out of him.
Yeah, by Mr. Fantastic. Yes.
Yeah, it was a big deal. At the same time, though, I mean, I love my boy Namor. He had to take his lumps for that because Reed was never proven dead. So
yeah, there was no body.
Yeah, and that's his wife. So come on.
And even if he was, he started quick. I was like, the body wasn't even been cold yet. He was already like, I need to move on.
And Sue unfortunately had all that Malice mojo working on, so she was all over that.
And I mean, and again, they all thought she was in denial because she kept saying Reed's not dead, and she was proven right.
Yeah. Yeah, she was the only one that believed that he was still alive. Yeah.
Oh, and I think we even said it when we covered those the last Fantastic Four episode we did. We got to cover some of those ones like when Reed and Doom disappear, and then some of the stuff leading up to 400 and that might have to be in Fantastic Four month.
Yeah, that's a great storyline too, leading up to issue number 400 because the Celestials are involved.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and whenever Tom DeFalco writes the Celestials, there's some magic that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, it's another. What is that 3-issue arc we got to cover for
Thor
when he goes to Celestial? Yeah.
Oh, that's some good stuff. If I ever talk to Tom DeFalco, I would bring up that story, and I would ask him about that. What was
there's so much I want to talk to him about. Spider-Man, Spider-Girl, Thor,
Spider-Girl,
all that MC2 stuff, yeah.
Have they? Speaking of that Spider-Girl, have they ever collected any of that stuff?
I don't know. I know I have like every issue of that that first 100 issue run, but
yeah, I remember you saying you had the whole thing, and
I have.
I would love to read all of that.
They had to have. I don't know. Wait. Oh wait, I see Spider Girl. Oh, there's an omnibus collection.
There's an omnibus.
Yeah, because the first thing came up was Spider Girl: The Complete Collection, Volume 4. So,
oh, okay,
there must be a few of them. Trying to see Volume 4 covers issues 51 through 67. So,
oh, okay.
So I don't know if they're all out yet, but they might be getting there. I know. I thought I heard somewhere. I think there was an interview with DeFalco, maybe where DeFalco were friends, but they were saying like when that was it the collections? Yeah, they might when they first started collecting it, they would like have them at like the school book fairs and stuff. Open the whole kids on it, and like especially the little girls and stuff. But yeah, so they attempted to get that out there.
I love it.
Yeah, because that Spider-Girl series that was almost canceled a few times, and the fans basically rallied and was like,
no. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, there was a big outcry. They're like, no, we want this back.
Yeah, because again, that first series ran for 100 issues. So
yeah, It looks like there's going to be an epic collection of that in April of next year, which collects What If number 105,
Oh yeah, the first. Yeah,
Spider Girl 1 through 15, and 1.5, and the annual from 99. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to get that.
yeah, that's good. Oh. I know Lilith and I did one was it 1 or 2 episodes of that for Ultimate Spider Cast, but yeah, we should there's another thing for the list.
Yeah.
Spider Girl, yeah.
Yeah, when you guys talk about Spider Girl, let me know. I'll
Yeah.
see if
Or
I can make
or
it
when
on
we
again.
do some here, but yeah.
Yeah, we could do it here. Yeah.
Oh, did you see that they're coming out with a new Ultimate line next year?
I saw that. Yes.
The Ultimate Spider-Man, they're changing it up. He's going to be older and married to Mary Jane. Thank you.
Okay.
I think they have 2 kids. Yeah.
2 kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said it's going to be different because it's like he gets his powers not only when he's an adult, but I think it's like after he's married. So.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder who do you know who's writing that title?
Oh, is that I'm trying to remember. That might be Hickman. Let me double check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I thought they said Hickman was involved with that, but yeah, it might be the Spider-Man. But yeah, it's like bearded, married Peter Parker with 2 kids.
Nice.
Yes, Jonathan Hickman writing.
Okay, cool.
Penciled by Marco Cicchetto. Yeah.
That should be good. All right.
That's right, kids. Go pick it up. Show them we want a married Spider-Man.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I think they're doing. I think it's Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate X. I think, of course, they're doing Ultimate X-Men, but I think they're also doing Ultimate Black Panther.
Ooh, nice.
So,
love it.
But again, you knew they were going to do Spider-Man and X-Men, kids.
Oh God, yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of other ones if those initial ones are successful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe like some Ultimate Hulks or. I'd love to see that Ultimate Hulk. That'd be great.
Oh yeah, we might. That's some more stuff. Again, we could add to the schedule. So some of the original Ultimate stuff. The Ultimates, Ultimate Spider-Man. What else was in there? Ultimate X-Men.
Ultimate X-Men. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, eventually. Yeah.
All right, kids. I think we have the schedule good till 2027 here.
2037, you mean?
2099.
Yeah. We have to put some more of that on the schedules.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because did you see? I think it's January. I don't know. It might even be weekly, but they're coming out with a new Spider-Man 2099.
Yes, I did see that.
Did that catch Russell's eye? Because it looks like almost looks like he's fighting versions of like the Universal monsters or something in that.
Oh, okay.
It's
very cool.
Yeah, it's I figured surprised Russell didn't mention it yet.
That's in January, you said?
I think so. Yeah. Here, I'm looking this up now. Yeah, Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099.
Oh, I love it.
Oh yeah, it looks like first issue might be January 3rd. So.
Oh, fantastic! That's great.
Oh yeah, because you look at the first covers. That's supposed to be Frankenstein on the cover.
Ooh, I love that. Oh, that looks great.
So yeah, I think it might be another like 5-issue mini, but yeah, it's like
that's cool.
Oh no, that might not. Okay, introducing the Marvel Zombie of 2099.
Oh, huh.
So.
I would love to see a new invigorated 2099 line of regular titles, not just. I mean, the miniseries are great. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that they continue it going in some form or fashion, and I think they're a fantastic way to do it. But I would love to see at least one regular 2099 title. Spider-Man would be fantastic. Would be great. But also, like if they did one that they haven't done yet. Like an Avengers 2099, like that would be cool.
Oh, okay. Somebody's wish got granted. All right, yeah, this thing must be weekly because again, it's saying issue 5 comes out January 31st, so I'm thinking it must be a weekly thing.
Okay,
I'm trying to remember the last Steve Orlando Spider-Man 29 that might have been weekly, But all right, kids, covered issue 5. What 2099 character do we get on issue 5's cover? Man-Thing 2099.
Oh, nice.
Ah,
Man-Thing. I
that's
love
right.
it.
Well, Man-Thing's always popular, right?
Yeah, even in the future.
Giant sized man thing.
The Man-Thing of the future.
Oh my! And also, it's for issue 5. Yeah, it's saying Man-Thing 2099, and also featuring the return of the Specialist.
Ooh, very nice.
One of his original villains. So
Yeah. Oh man, that's cool. Is that? I wonder if is that going to be Peter David writing that one?
no, that's Steve Orlando. He's been
Steve
like I
Orlando.
said, he wrote like there was like 1 or 2 previous Spider-Man 2099 miniseries. So he's kind of like it's almost like an ongoing book, but he's been I guess they give him like 5 issues at a time. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's
one
cool.
of those is one like you got they had like Moon Knight 2099 and
Oh right, yeah.
oh I think he also introduced like Blade 2099.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah. All right, Justin. Anything else to cast as we close out the year?
Yeah. What was your favorite story that we covered this year, Phil? Out of all the ones that we covered, I know it's hard to pick because we covered so much. But
We're gonna pull up the schedule here to refresh my memory. Do you have some favorites you have in mind?
well, I really liked our Alpha Flight episode.
Oh yeah, everyone
A
loves
lot. That one was a fun one, and for some reason that seems to be the one that we have the most views on as well on YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube. Yeah,
that's like something. I'm like almost 300 views. Wow, that's still surprising to me. But I also loved the episode that we did with Ray on Silver Sable.
Yes,
that was super fun. And of course, all the Psylocke episodes. I love those. As it goes without saying.
And I mean, remember our big crossovers. I mean, thank you for holding my hand through the crappening.
Oh, the crappening, yes.
Yeah.
See, I'm glad we did that because I wanted to revisit that and see. There were some parts of it that I didn't read, like the Force Works issues. I wanted to see if those were any good. And I wanted to see if, after 30 years, if it made a little bit more sense. And if there was anything of value to be gleaned from the crappening, but
no.
Oh,
we'll also remember our the fun time we had with the Evolutionary War.
Yes, that was another highlight, actually.
Yes,
yeah, I love that. That was super fun.
And remember, we also did 2 crossover episodes with Howdy, y'all.
Yes, we had our 2 crossovers almost in a row with Gamma Charge. Doing some great annual issues.
Again, I still love Gamma Charge, that show with Justin and the other guy.
The other guy.
Squish is a squishy.
The other guy.
Like the 3 tenors. The other guy. Oh, and let us not forget our 2-part Cap Wolf.
Yes, Cap Wolf was super fun.
Oh yeah.
And our Miller month.
Oh,
Miller May.
Yes. Well, that was fun all across the Capes and Lunatics.
Yes,
that was fun. You mean the Frank?
Your mother's a whore.
Month? Yes.
Yeah, we got to cover that great Wolverine miniseries.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and some other fun stuff. That was great.
West Coast Avengers.
Yes.
Did 2 weeks of that.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. Again, I just love chatting stuff with you, especially
me too.
Horrible, like the crappening or
we still
Dazzler, the graphic novel.
Dazzler, the motion picture. We still had a fun chat even about that piece of crap. Yeah,
we were able to squeeze in two. I mean, not next to each other, but 2 2 episodes of Fantastic Four. Remember we did the Elijah stuff, and then
that I was happy about
A
that.
couple weeks back, you did your picks from 371 through 375.
Yeah, with the 2 special covers. Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah, we
term
always have
factor.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we always have a good time talking about the annual crossovers too.
Yes.
Those are always fun. A nice
Again,
little stroll down memory lane.
2024 kids, you're going to get Atlantis attacks.
Yes.
That's going to be even bigger than Evolutionary War.
Yeah, that's what I think we've got about 2 months devoted to that.
Oh yeah, because I think is that like 20 something or
I think so. It might be 3 months actually. Now that I think
hold
about
on,
it.
I'll bring up the schedule. Yeah, I remember it's a good long haul there because
Yeah,
remember when to move it around. And I was like, oh,
right. I think we have a what if issue in there too. I think.
let's see, August. Yeah, it might be August. Wait, August and September. Yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
9 episodes.
9 episodes. Yeah.
Because I think Evolutionary War was only like 5, so.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
bigger kids. Yeah, because there's more annuals in this. Because Evolutionary War.
That was kind of like their testing back
Yeah.
then. They were like, I wonder how far we can take this. And then when they saw the success of the Evolutionary War, they're like, okay, let's involve everybody next time.
Oh, yeah.
Let's double the amount of issues in this next crossover.
Again, it's like 9. Yeah, Atlantis attacks will be 9 parts, and there's at least 2 episodes or 2 issues each episode. So
Yeah. And we do have our
and we'll also do the what if issue or some of our
what if issue.
What if on the Atlantis attacks? Yeah.
What if number 25?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Quasar's in that.
That's right.
All right. Yeah, just looking to see what like you said, all the Psylocke episodes. Oh, remember Hobgobble Gobble month.
Hobgobble Gobble month,
two
which
months
will be repeating next year with Darkhawk.
Oh yeah,
featuring Darkhawk's confrontation with Hobgoblin.
Gobble gobble.
Which will have to have Russell.
Yes, we have to have Russell.
Sure.
Yes.
That's going to be a big one for Russell to have on.
Gobble gobble.
Yeah. And I did tell Ray about our Tigra episodes that we have planned for next year. So he's going to be joining us for those. Yeah.
Oh, he already confirmed? Okay.
Well, if his schedule will allow it, yeah.
I was going to say, I don't think that's the what. Wait, is that wait? Oh no, that's
I think that's in May.
May, yeah. He's already confirmed. 6 months from now, I'm in. Russell, I need a new drop. Instead of the Ronald Reagan, just replace Can you put Hobgoblin in the place of Ronald Reagan?
I licked around the rim of Ronald Reagan's keister.
I licked around the rim of Hobgoblin's keister. Oh, I need that.
I can see that drop happening.
Either plug Hobgoblin into that drop or the Burt Reynolds one.
I'd Reynolds my ass.
That one was I did Jason McIndale.
I'd let Burt Reynolds my ass.
Mac Daddy Macindale.
Or does it have to be Roderick Kingsley, Russell?
I'd let Burt Reynolds my ass.
I let the Hobgoblin cradle my nuts.
He's cradling my nuts.
Oh.
Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom. Yeah, I loved Hobgobble Month. That was fun.
Yes. Again, we have fun here, even with the crappy stuff. That's what I said. Sometimes I just like roasting bad stuff because it's still fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
We always have fun talking about anything on Marvel Tales.
Yeah, the biggest problem is just squeezing all the stuff we want to cover.
I know. I wish we had more time to talk about everything, but we'll eventually talk about all the stuff.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It'll just take us a few years.
Yeah, because you're going to be in for fun stuff next year. Because Justin picked some stuff for my birthday in April, and I picked some stuff for him in November. So
yeah, and it's all good stuff. Yeah.
All right, so yes, his birthday is November, kid. So if you missed it this year, next year, make sure you get him those that Simon Williams blow up doll, please,
Or Namor. I'm not picky.
or Rick
One or
Cosman.
the other. Exactly.
Justin's like, that's the first choice.
That's the first choice. The listeners know that by now, though, I think.
Yeah, just looking at the schedule, I'm like, man, where could we squeeze in more Fantastic Four? But I'm like, man, I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that.
I know, yeah.
Especially a whole month. We want to do a whole month of Fantastic Four. Like, it's 1 month we can. Oh yeah, kids, stay tuned. In February, we're going to be doing some ROM from that. We'll have to figure out what issues to do from that ROM to buzz.
Yeah, I was thinking we could probably do 4 issues at a time.
Oh yeah.
A lot of those early ones are
they one and done?
Kind of one and done. Yeah, there's like a underlying plot that goes through all of them, but the self-contained stories are pretty much there in each one. Yeah.
I think I saw somewhere. I mean, okay, we'll get out of here soon. But I thought I saw somewhere. Are they doing like variant covers with ROM? I guess maybe to celebrate. Or I thought I saw something with like him fighting the X-Men or something. Or
yeah. I wonder if they're reprinting that classic cover where he's fighting the X-Men, or like doing a new version of it.
Maybe.
Like an updated version. I can't
remember, because
that was a Frank Miller cover. Yeah.
Who?
Your mother's
a whore. With plenty of variant covers by Frank.
Your mother's a whore.
Yeah. Again, I think that's I mean, Russell came on strong at the end, but we discussed this already. But I think that might be the strongest drop of 2023.
I think so. I think that has to win.
Well, I mean, everyone tries to always duplicate it, never talk.
Yeah.
Your mother's a whore.
Sorry to scare you, Ray.
Over a year ago, you did. No, I invented that, you did.
Teach me how to urinate.
Oh, you know what? I don't know how you feel about it, but that's the other thing I thought we should cover one day is Secret Wars 2.
Oh, yes. I actually love Secret Wars 2.
That could be a summer event, too, because, I mean, there was crossover into like every book. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's a master list for Secret Wars 2.
Yeah.
The whole summer.
Yeah. I really liked that. Yeah, I remember collecting a bunch of that when it came out, and I remember loving in particular that one issue where the Thing like beat up everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I would love to cover Secret Wars too.
Oh my Lord, that'd be great. Episode 113.
Teach me how to urinate.
Spider-Man teaches the Beyonder to go potty.
Important things, important life lessons.
All right. Anything else, Justin?
I think we covered about it, and we gave the listeners a nice little preview for next year, which is
all right,
lots
kids.
to look forward to on Marvel Tales.
Hope you had a good 2023. Hope this will come out a few days before New Year's Eve, so hopefully you have a platonic friend to spend New Year's Eve with.
Yes. And let us know what was your favorite episode too, Marvel Tales.
Oh yeah. Send us some feedback, Ray.
Yeah. Let us know what you'd like to see next time.
Yes. All right. So yes, kids, send us your thoughts. And again, in January, we're going to be hitting
Defenduary all month long.
That's right. Oh, next episode will be we'll cover Defenders 31 through 33 with special guest Mr. Noel Tate.
Guest Noel will be joining us to talk about the Headmen.
Yes. Mr. Noel.
Those boobs scare me.
Tate.
Yeah. You're going to get some. I have a feeling that you're going to get some new drops of Noel.
Yes, I need them. I only got like 4 drops of Noel. I need more. Yes. Mr. Noel.
Booty looks good all the time.
It's not just for boys. My fetish is to get touched by a white man with cornrows.
He has an Osborne fetish, kids. All right. So send us your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise.
Get yourself some goodies.
Yes, it's always the holiday season. And of course, the Patreon. Once again, there's one universal constant and angry Lilith Hellfire. So
that's right. Join me in the Patreon only. You get access to all the bonus episodes, all the good stuff. You get all of the old superhero movie brackets from last year, which are the gift that keeps on giving.
So subscribe to the Capes and Lunatics Plus, kids.
That's right. Monthly memberships.
Yes. All right. So find everything at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. It's in the show notes. All right. Now for this, Justin. Came on strong this year, became king of podcasting when Ray had to go into rehab for Marvel Snap addiction. For rehab for Marvel Snap and Batman addiction.
Batman, my favorite character. Into the Dark Knight, all to do with Batman.
You didn't think I could let the year end without that, did you, Ray? All right. Yes, you can hear him here every week on Marvel Tales. You can hear Justin at the end of every month on We Are the Night The podcast. As we're talking, we've closed out Night's End, and we're going to start for fresh in January on the Azrael ongoing series.
Yes, all 100 plus issues of it.
Yes, annuals. There's at least one special in there.
Yeah, I love it.
But you can also hear him twice a month on Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast with myself and Mr. Tyler Patrick. And of course, once a month on Energon Universe with me and the aforementioned Hillbilly Russell, covering all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe stuff coming out. But of course, he wouldn't be the king if that was all the podcasting he did. So where else can people hear you, Justin?
You can also find me on 4 other shows in addition to those. Find me on Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is, along with Russell. That's 3 times a month. We talk about the Incredible Hulk and the Sensational She-Hulk. We also have a Patreon, so do check that out if you're so inclined. And we are joined by the aforementioned High Priest of Khonshu, Ray, and our friend Sparky over on Predator and Prey, the Yucha podcast, where we talk about Fox's Predator twice a month in comic books, action figures, movies, and more. And Russell and I have a once-a-month podcast focused on DC's Demon, Gone the Form of Man, the Etrigan podcast. Goes all the way back to the 70s to talk about Jack Kirby's first Demon series. And last but certainly not least, the Lost Library of Legends is still going. And by the time that this episode comes out, my latest episode will be covering a 4-issue miniseries from Marvel back in 1990 called Brute Force. And all I'll say about that is lions and cyborgs and bears. Oh my.
The Secret Dating Life of Lilith Hellfire. No, I'm just joking. It's, that would just be the cyborgs, kids.
Yeah. Is that a sentient tongue?
Is that a sentient tongue?
We keep threatening it, but we just need to have an episode where we all just jump on and like, what's your favorite drop?
You know how duck penises work, right?
That should be a Salty and Petty episode.
Hey man, who you gonna call to come get a pit bull out of a gang's yard? A crazy white girl?
I forgot that.
Shut up and just lay there. Coming out of the bush? It doesn't feel right, bro.
There also needs to be a Chasm and Goblin Queen drop.
You don't want to know where they put the camera. Hey,
like
some
that
women pay good money for that in Florida. The nut jar.
Aren't you glad we're ending it like this, the year like this, love?
It's only
Gave up
right.
to me. Gave up to me.
Does Russell?
I know, Russell, do you like it long or hard?
Does Russell like it long? Russell like it long?
I'd let Burt Reynolds ass.
How about both, love?
There's the answer.
Well, kids, I failed. I thought I could end the year with Justin falling out of that chair. All right, again, next episode, we start 2024 off with a bang as we cover Defenders 31 through 33. The special guest, that anarchist himself, Mr. Noel Payne.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be his new nickname, the Anarchist. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's better nicknames than you for everybody, Ray. Come on.
The
Noel
anarchist.
Anarchist Kate. Yes.
I love that.
All right, come back next time. You and your platonic friends.